Good morning. Once again, we are going to discuss about the daffodils. And in the daffodils, we have been discussing about the first stanza and the second stanza. Today, we are going to discuss the third stanza. So, in the third stanza, the poet describes about the waves. And the waves beside them means beside the daffodils, the waves were dancing. But they means here the waves. No, the daffodils. They means here the daffodils. They outdid. They outdid means they surpassed. They surpassed or do something better than something else. So they surpassed means the daffodils. They surpassed. Whom? Whom did they surpass? They surpassed the sparkling waves. In glee, glee here is happiness. Happiness. So, who were happier? The daffodils or the waves? The daffodils were happier. The daffodils were happier. So, here the poet is telling that the waves beside means near the daffodils, the waves were there in the lake and they were dancing happily, and the daffodils were also dancing, but the happiness of the daffodils was more than the happiness of the waves. The happiness of the daffodils was more than the happiness of the waves. So here in the two lines, the poet tries to tell that the daffodils were happier than the waves. So again he says that a poet could not but be gay. Gay means here again happy. Happy. Gay means happy. So a poet, a person who has the heart of a poet, the heart of a poet, he cannot remain unhappy. He cannot do anything except being gay. Means happy. Here, but means except. But means here except. Apart from being happy, a poet doesn't have any other option. He will have to be happy when he sees such a beautiful scenery of the daffodils, where the daffodils were very very beautiful with their golden yellow hue or color. In such jocund company, jocund here again is happy. So many words for happy. Jocund means happy, joyful, cheerful, energetic, joyful, cheerful, energetic. So here jocund means joyful, cheerful. So with such jocund company, jocund, who is the jocund company? The daffodils are described to be jocund company. The daffodils, nothing else. The daffodils, because it is singular, and happy, this word happy is going to qualify the daffodils. So with such jocund company, such happy company, or such happy associations with the daffodils, the poet or a poet cannot remain unhappy. He cannot do anything but become happy. So when a person becomes happy to see something, then he will go on gazing, looking. So gaze means look at something keenly, that is gaze. So he gazed and gazed. He looked at the daffodils, but he did not think about something. What is that something? The wealth. So here, wealth and the scenery of the daffodils, they are indirectly compared. So here a metaphor is again used. So here a metaphor is used. What is the metaphor? The scenery of the daffodils has brought the poet certain wealth. So the scenery of the daffodils is a wealth for the poet. So here it is a metaphor. What is a metaphor? Metaphor is again a figure of speech. A figure of speech which compares two unlike things indirectly. Indirect comparison of two dissimilar things without using like or as. So in a simile, like or as is used, but in a metaphor, no like or as is used, but the comparison is understood. So we can say that a metaphor is an implied simile. A metaphor is an implied simile. So here the scenery of the daffodils is compared with a wealth. Wealth. So this is the third stanza of the poem, and hope you understood it. So to sum up, the waves beside the daffodils means the waves near the daffodils were dancing. The daffodils were also fluttering and dancing. The waves were dancing happily. The daffodils were also dancing happily. What is the difference between the dances of the two things, like the daffodils or the waves? The daffodils were dancing happily, more happily, or more joyfully. The daffodils were dancing. In that way, the dance of the daffodils was happier. So, in happiness, they surpassed the waves. In happiness, the daffodils surpassed the waves. So, the waves were sparkling, and so also the daffodils. So, looking at such a beautiful scenery of the daffodils, and being with such a happy company of the daffodils, a poet, the heart of a poet cannot remain unhappy. He will have to be happy, gay, or happy. And William Wordsworth, the poet William Wordsworth, became very happy, and he continued to look at the daffodils, gazed and gazed, and he could not think of anything. When you look at something with a lot of enthusiasm or interest, then you forget everything else. In the same way, William Wordsworth was looking at the daffodils and he forgot his surrounding. He could not recollect anything. He could not remember anything. He forgot everything, and he also forgot that the scenery of the daffodils had brought him a certain wealth, and he forgot what wealth was it. But later on, he realized that. Later on, he realized that. That is all about the third stanza. In the next video, we are going to discuss about the last stanza. Till then, goodbye.